Hello, everybody. December48 here, and welcome back to another Marvel Monday. We're waiting a little bit to get back into the shows because I need a little bit more time to watch the Marvel Netflix shows to get to what I want to finish, so that will come out at the end of this week. But for Marvel Monday, we're doing some trivia, which I think I will struggle with because I have not watched a lot of the Marvel movies more than once. I'd actually wager to say that the only one I've watched more than once is Deadpool, or maybe Deadpool 2. But we have the Ultimate Marvel Cinematic Universe Infinity Saga quiz. Since the launch of Disney Plus, a lot of Marvel fans out there are likely rewatching all the films of the MCU. With no big screen superhero offerings like Black Widow and the New Mutants until later in the year, revisiting that world is tiding us over. Now, for me, I am just catching up on all things Marvel. With that in mind, we've got a quiz, the Ultimate Marvel Cinematic Quiz. In fact, that takes in everything from Iron Man to Doctor Strange and everything in between. As always, no Googling, no cheating, and don't forget to post your scores in the comments below. Got a lot of the heroes there. It's from... That wouldn't be Age of Ultron, right? It might be Age of Ultron. Or is it like... Civil War, maybe? I don't know. Who is this? I honestly have no clue who this is. I'm going to go with it's Theodore because there's a Thaddeus, and that makes me think it's not Ben. Fair enough. What is Ant-Man's real name? That is Scott Lang. Scott Pym's not even real. Darren Cross, no clue who that is. Who played Bruce Banner, the Hulk, in The Incredible Hulk? Now, I know Mark Ruffalo is the Hulk afterwards. I don't know who the first Hulk was. I want to say it's Ed Norton, not Eric Bana. That I'm happy with because I haven't even watched that movie. So getting that right's kind of cool. What is Agent Coulson's first name? And that is Phil. He is the best side character up until the point of his death, which I would now say is probably Wong. Why was Eric Selvig arrested and placed in a mental health facility in Thor: The Dark World? He tried to blow up a portal to Asgard. He stripped naked on the news. He stripped naked at Stonehenge. I feel like it was stripping naked at Stonehenge, but I feel like he also did this. Okay, cool. I feel like this wouldn't get him arrested. Inherently. Both Evan Peters and Aaron Taylor Johnson play Quicksilver in their respective franchises. Which incarnation made it to the big screen first? I have not seen anything with Quicksilver in it. So I'm going to go with Aaron Taylor Johnson. Cool. What is the Winter Soldier's real name? One of my favorite characters, Bucky Barnes. Question 8. Who is this? That is... Well, that's unfortunate. I knew it was Ronan. It's not the Avenger. For me, it could be 1 or 3, but I think it's more likely to be the Destroyer than the Accuser. And okay, that's rough. Really needed one of these names to not be Ronan to help me narrow it down a little bit. Who is the voice of Jarvis, Tony Stark's AI butler? Hugh Grant, Paul Bettany, Colin Firth. I feel like it definitely wasn't Hugh Grant, which makes me feel like it's going to be Hugh Grant now. I feel like the name Colin Firth is... I recognize it. Alright, that's tough. What does S.H.I.E.L.D. stand for? Now, I have not watched Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., but I believe it's talked about anyway. Strategic Homeland Intervention, Enforcement, and Logistics Division. Strategic Hazard Intervention Espionage Division, Super High Intelligence Enforcement Logistics Division. I hope it's not that one because that one sounds stupid. Strategic Hazard or Homeland. Don't think it's espionage either. I'm going to go with enforcement. Cool. Don Cheadle has played Lieutenant James Rhodes since Iron Man 2, but who originally played the character? That was not Jamie Foxx. I don't know what either of these two guys look like, and I am going to go with Terrence Howard. Let's go. What's the name of Thor's mother? That's Frigga. That's just Greek mythology, really. I mean, I know it's in Marvel, but who's the voice of Ultron? I don't know voices of anything. James Spader, Mickey Rourke, or Jeff Bridges. I recognize his name. Cool. I have no clue, but that's awesome. How many Infinity Stones are said to exist in the Marvel Universe? Well, it's not 10. THANOS. It's 6, because it's his name, but it has nothing to do with his name. Which 2 actors have played Howard Stark in the Marvel Cinematic Universe? I'm not going to know that. I'm going to have to go with Dominic Cooper and John Slattery because they're the only ones that overlap. You don't even have to know things sometimes in these quizzes. You just have to figure it out based on overlaps. Name the other superhero that Chris Evans played before he was Captain America. Okay. Ghost Rider. Don't know who that is. Johnny Storm / the Human Torch. Don't know who that is. And the Punisher. Unless the Punisher had something prior to the Netflix show, he wasn't the Punisher. I'm going to go with the Human Torch. Blind 50-50 guess. We love that. Which Marvel hero was Tom Cruise once in talks to play? Iron Man, the Hulk, or Captain America? I believe it was Iron Man. I believe he was going to be cast, or wanted to be cast. They wanted to cast him to be Tony Stark. That's how the English works on that statement. How many Iron movies did Jon Favreau direct? I only know this because I talked about it today with a coworker. It's 2. If we hadn't talked about that, I wouldn't have known he even did 1. So, that's a thing. Name the actor who played the Red Skull. No clue. Lee Pace, Guy Pearce, or Hugo Weaving. Yeah, I have no clue on this one. We're going Guy. In my head, it was between Guy and Hugo. For some reason, I completely blanked out Lee Pace. He wasn't even an option for me. In which Marvel movie did Sharon Carter first appear? Ooh. Captain America: The Winter Soldier, Captain America: Civil War, or Avengers: Age of Ultron? I feel like it was earlier than I expect it to be, which makes me want to say Age of Ultron. Fair enough. That's fair. 14 out of 20. That's not great. We'll be honest with that. That wasn't great. But I wasn't expecting to do great. Those were some tough questions. I think those questions were tougher than the Star Wars quiz that I did last month. Because some of those, even in the hardest difficulty, were fairly basic questions that I don't think you have to have a lot of Star Wars knowledge to know. That's me saying that as someone who's watched and read a lot of Star Wars. Now compare that to someone who hasn't read any Marvel and has watched the basics, I guess you could say, of Marvel films. Let me know if you did better down below in the comments, which I'm sure some of you probably did. 15 out of 20 still isn't great. But it's better than what I did. So let me know. Thank you everybody so much for watching. Keep an eye out for some Marvel Netflix stuff later in the week. And I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day.